From New Hanover County Schools Television, powered by students, this is your school news.
Welcome to your school news. I'm Allison Helms. Topping our newscast. The annual Superintendent Choice Arts Awards breakfast is held. Mosley students participate in their own Shark Tank at Live Oak Bank, and Laney creates a new peer support group for students. Our top story this week. You would have thought Picasso stopped by the Cameron Art Museum for the recent Superintendent's Choice Art Breakfast, but it was students from New Hanover County Schools that created their masterpieces and had them on display for all to see. YSN reporter Johanna Carey brings us more.
Owls, Flowers, and Lakes. Just a few of the student artwork pieces recently on display at the Superintendent's Choice Art Breakfast. The event was held at the Cameron Art Museum and features several beautiful paintings and drawings.
These are all pieces that come from every school in the county, and then the superintendent and the board members choose the pieces that speak to them and that they want to see hung in the boardroom all of next year. So today we're here celebrating those 11 pieces of artwork that are going to be hanging in our boardroom for the rest of the year. And we're also here so that our students, our parents, our board members, our senior staff can all sit together in one place, have a meal, and discuss our art and what we do in our classrooms.
Students say they are grateful for the recognition.
It just makes me feel good and happy.
It's very nice. I've never actually won a competition like this before for art, and it's a very unique experience. The venue was really great, and the food was amazing, and just all around, just a really great place to be.
It makes me feel happy because I didn't know I could draw. I didn't know I really could draw, but it makes me feel happy because my painting gets to be on display for a year.
An event like this is about meeting and talking, and art is about meeting and talking. Art throughout human history is about communication and being able to sit down and tell a story from both sides, audience and artist. And this is our opportunity in the county to do that, to sit down and talk not only with the artist, but with the viewer of the artwork, and have both of them be able to share a conversation and a story over this art. And this kind of art's created in our schools every day. So we are really mimicking here what's happening every day in our classrooms, the conversations that happen with art and music and dance and drama.
For your school news, I'm Johanna Carey.
Students from 8 New Hanover County middle and high schools competed in one of 3 qualifying NC Perch regional tournaments held earlier this year in Wilmington, Morehead City, and Charlotte. Perch is an underwater robotics program that challenges students to design and build an underwater remote-operated vehicle that can compete a series of challenges in 11 different events. 4 teams of NHCS students have qualified for the International Perch Tournament, which will be held this June at the University of Maryland in College Park. Those include Team Rogue Waves at Myrtle Grove Middle School, Team Wet and Wild at Murray Middle, Team Half and Half from Ashley High, Team Orca Whales from the Wilmington Robotics Club. Over 80 teams from around the world will compete in 3 challenges, which include a speed and obstacle course challenge, an engineering notebook presentation, and a national challenge that changes every year. This year's challenge involves activating an underwater beacon and moving pieces across the pool. The New Hanover County Schools teams are supported locally by Michelle Halfley at the Center for Education in Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math at UNCW. We wish them all the best of luck at the competition. Students at the CRA at Mosley got to experience what it's like to be in a reality show during a special field trip. The students traveled to Live Oak Bank to participate in a Shark Tank. All school year, they have been putting together a plan to market a product they'd like to invent. Then, just like the show Shark Tank, the students had to present their plan and product to a group of sharks. The sharks were staff members at Live Oak Bank, which hosted the event for CRA at Mosley. All through the project, the students have been developing writing skills, public speaking, and presentation skills.
Well, I was very impressed. I know that as a junior in high school, I was not this comfortable in front of a group of strangers that I had never met, and adults for that matter. They presented themselves really well. They seemed very comfortable in front of all of us and knew what they were talking about, and I really enjoyed listening to them.
Every single one of these presentations was of a higher caliber than I've ever made myself. And so I have to give an A to each of them, and if I was giving out letter grades, and say great job. I was so impressed with everyone's willingness and ability to get up and speak in front of other people in this type of environment. I know I would have really struggled with that at their age.
Also, my slogan name is
Throughout their high school career, many of the participating students have replaced their elective classes with pathway classes such as accounting, micro and macroeconomics, principles of finance, and even an internship. The hope to get to college ahead of the game, having experience that most don't have. The students will continue to work on their Shark Tank projects and products into their freshman year of college. They will take with them the business and marketing skills they have learned throughout high school. Laney High School created a peer support group to help teach students about mental health. The peer support group's goal is to give support to people who are struggling with their mental health. With the full report is Community Relations Coordinator Caress Cligg.
Did you know that May is Mental Health Awareness Month? Approximately 1 in 5 youth aged 13 to 18 experience a severe mental disorder at some point during their life. Mental health has been a stigmatized topic for decades, but even more so in today's youth. Teens today are living in an increasingly digital age, and social media can easily make it seem like everyone is doing great. Students and teachers at Laney High School recognize this stigma and are aware of the importance of one's mental health. Social worker Mr. Hand has helped launch the school's peer support group, Bucktown Lounge.
Mental health has a stigma because it is a disease that we cannot see. Like with broken bones or like rashes or whatever, you can see it, so you accept that it's there. But with mental health, you can't actually see the affliction, so people just assume that you're making it up for attention.
I think that mental health has a stigma because it's not something that's talked about often enough, and makes it very hard for us as kids to talk about it.
Mental health matters is because it's connected to every aspect of your life. Sadly, people don't really understand the connections between mental health and how we think, feel, and behave. When people are healthy mentally, they're typically healthy in the rest of their life as well.
The peer support group wants to make sure students are aware of their resources.
Resources are available to them. Social workers, counselors, friends, parents, coaches, hotlines, all sorts of stuff. There's just so much available to people.
For those who are not comfortable enough to reach out to a counselor or any adult, that is where the peer support group bridges the gap. The group is completely confidential.
If they're, not comfortable with talking with adults, we encourage absolutely, reach out to your friends, and we've started a peer support group just to kind of give that option too.
We let them know what we're doing and what we can do to help them, and let them know that it's okay to not be okay, and we won't judge them.
Mental health is important to take care of, just like your physical health. That's why.
The peer support group hopes to see this program grow at Laney and spread to other schools in the district, so that more students are aware of their resources and choose to open up, seek help, and break the stigma around mental health. Someone you know, or perhaps yourself, are living with a mental illness. Let's make sure they know they're not alone. You are not alone.
You are not alone.
You are not alone.
You are not alone.
The Southeast Education Alliance has announced that Dr. Tim Markley, Superintendent of New Hanover County Schools, has been named the Regional Superintendent of the Year for the 2019-2020 school year. This is Dr. Markley's second time being named the SRESA Superintendent of the Year. He also received the recognition in 2015. Dr. Markley's leadership has continued to be a model in the Southeast region for superintendents and all educators as we work in this exciting time in public education. He's an advocate for education on all of the major issues we are experiencing throughout the state, said Dr. Kathy Spencer, Executive Director of Southeast Education Alliance. Dr. Markley has served as a superintendent in New Hanover County since 2010. He will move on to the competition for State Superintendent of the Year. Congratulations, Dr. Markley, and we wish you the best of luck at States. This is your school news on cable and online. Look for our blue logo for all the latest news online at www.nhcs.net.
From New Hanover County Schools Television, powered by students, this is your school news.
Welcome back to your school news. I'm Allison Helms. Students over at Castle Hayne Elementary enjoyed some fun in the sun with their recent fun field day. YSN reporter Dylan Roberts was on hand and brings us the story.
Relay races and basketball. Just two of the sports kids got the chance to participate in at Castle Hayne Elementary's Fun Day.
Well, the kids enjoy it, and the bottom line is to have fun. So pretty much what we do in class with the physical activities, we incorporate into stations across the campus, and they just go to each station and rotate, and we add in some water events, which they always enjoy, and it's a good day of physical activity and fun.
And Fun Day is way more than just fun. It's a time that kids can have a longer amount of time than just recess to play.
Well, normally in the classroom we would just do work, but at field day we can just run around and have fun and getting wet.
Coach Nathan Falk says it's also a good opportunity for students to get cardio exercise by taking learning from the classroom to the basketball courts.
Getting back to being physically active, and I think we might have lost touch with that in the younger generation. So we're outside being physically active and not inside today. Is one day they can just kind of have some fun, and the physical aspect of it is huge. And they go home at night, they're tired, and that's a good thing for a change.
For your school news, I'm Dylan Roberts.
Spreading mulch and raking leaves, that's what students were doing over at C-Tech High School's new campus earlier this month. Several kids offered to volunteer their time to help make sure the grounds were beautiful. Currently, C-Tech is located at Cape Fear Community College's North Campus in Castle Hayne, but they plan to move to a new facility on Sidbury Road this fall. It can house 450 students featuring 16 classrooms, a cafeteria, and an auditorium. Students say they are glad they are able to give a hand by lending a hand.
It feels great because I know that next year we're going to be here at Sidbury Road, and it feels great for all the students to be able to take part in this great activity where we can help make our campus just a little more beautiful.
The new facility was previously home to College Park Elementary and the Rock Church, but is now being renovated for C-Tech. The staff and students anxiously await the move to their new building and new home. Looking for a fun activity to keep your kids learning during the spring break? Look no further than the library. 6 elementary schools are offering a summer reading program this year. The schools are Anderson Elementary, Bellamy Elementary, Blair Elementary, Pine Valley Elementary, Holly Shelter Middle, and Trask Middle. Please note any and all students who attend a New Hanover County school are eligible to participate in the NHCS Summer Library Program. Students will be able to utilize the library, check out books, and each site will offer their own unique programs which will keep reading fun. The best part of all is there is no registration required for the Summer Library Program. If you would like to know more information, visit bit.ly/NHCS_Summer Libraries. Truck Day at Ogden Elementary is a fun-filled annual event for 4th and 5th graders. It's a unique way to teach students about different career fields. With the full report is Ogden Elementary's Stingray Studio reporter, Kaya Gillian.
Today was a chance for many local businesses to talk with their 4th and 5th graders about what they do in their jobs every day. Students were paired up and completed a scavenger hunt, with all the businesses being a scavenger hunt question. Students asked what they do for their jobs, if there are any special training or education for their job. Students also asked what their favorite thing being in that career field, and what their least favorite thing about what they do every day. Students were able to ask about equipment on and in their vehicle and how it helps them in their day-to-day work.
Check out these trending pictures and stories on the school system's website. Summer enrichment camps are open for registration, elementary middle school redistricting committee member application, and bond to buildings updates. Follow the 2014 bond projects as they near completion. And always trending is your school news on Facebook and Twitter.